What up? Back again in my Panzer 4S, and here we are on Mountain Pass. Gonna just do the typical strategy. Now, for me, the southern corner is really where you want to go fight it all out. You got stagnant bridge, you got ice road that sits there and stares at each other awkwardly, and then you got the middle, which usually ends up staring at each other. Though the middle can become important later on as things start to develop. Could be create a way to break up the southern corner if it becomes a complete standstill. So I'm in the Panzer 4S. I saw I had about 91 points for it in the Battle Pass, and just wanted to go ahead and get it up to the 100 and get the 15 extra free points from it. So it's a decent tank. It's all right. Turret's pretty solid. The only problem is it's a bit flat in the front, but here we are. Now, big thing to remember is to keep a look at what your team is doing. Okay, we're getting very little support that's going to head down to the southern corner. We got a big grouping out on the ice road. You got artillery being artillery. Looks like Cromwell may have YOLO'd across the bridge, trying to sneak in. And we're getting several people that's going to go ahead and stop in the middle and try to hold it down. So, the big thing is, as you're heading to the southern corner, is don't overcommit. Okay, let's give it a minute. Okay, now see where this T-23E is going. This is starting to become. It's starting to hit the point of no return. Okay, let's move up a little bit. Okay, here's what I wanted to show. Okay, the little hill over here. Everyone knows the little hill allows you to shoot across. Well, if you really don't have enough forces, the enemy can very easily start pushing up, and then it's so hard to be able to pull back. Because the point you need to pull back to, if they really start making pushing, is to this rock. From this rock, you'll force them to come around the corner. Force them to come around the corner and open them up to any guns that might be sent on the hill. Force them into your own artillery, and any other guns in the center may relocate further back toward the hill over here to get shots. But it's like, this is about as far as you want to go if you have not very much, because you can still pull back pretty easily. So I'm just going to hang out here, and I'm like, there's really not many of us, and I don't want to overcommit just yet. Okay. Now, the T-23E3 there is getting a little ahead, and I didn't quite have everything going, but here we are. We are bottom tier in this match. Got two annoying already. But we're going to go and try and use a bit of this hill best we can. Try and find some shots on these guys as they push around, try and shoot others. I think that T-20 has got the 76 and shoots HE. Yeah, look at that. That's got to be the HE. So we're just over here looking for any shots as they're poking around, trying to get angles on them. I'm staying further back to avoid being pushed, and if anything does happen, I might be able to go ahead and pull back as needed. Okay, they got the T-29 over here. They got at least 3 of their Tier 7s up front and center here. So, I mean, this is just not an ideal situation. Although that T-20 is making it easier by throwing HE at us. But now they got their T-29, and there's not much we're going to be able to honestly do if he doesn't let us. So as I move forward, I gotta of course keep checking the 2 points over here. Gotta watch the opening over here for the T-29 if I go any further, and then I'll be able to also put shots over here and just really using this hill area to hold down it a bit. But we're just gotta be real careful, and they're getting more and more support every time. So we can also back up and do similar stuff and keep beating up the T-20. Okay, now we just lost the T-23E3, and it's getting a bit dicey, because if they all come at once, there's not going to be a whole hell of a lot we're going to be able to do to stop them. And now the T-29 wants some. T-29 wants to move in and start clearing us out, and it's just not looking good. Okay. Now we got to start considering our positioning. Now, if we stay here too much longer, we're just going to be caught out and not be able to escape as we try to pull back. But if we stay here, we might be able to try to work with these guys, but they're not going to last much longer. This guy's a one-shot. He's been getting hit by artillery. Artillery may have just hit him, or maybe the T-29 just gave him a nice thump. So they're both sitting one-shots for everything, and it's about time for us to start pulling out of this mess. Okay, we want to keep fighting. We're just going to fall back to our rock. This is why I've been sitting in the rear here. Get whatever shots we can, and let's start covering up. Now, on the outer edge here, you can kind of hold down a bit, and maybe even side scrape it out. Okay, I'll just take a pause. Now, my big problem is I still have, like, no support. However, if I go ahead and just try to drop everything and run, the tank's too slow to actually get away from them. So I thought about running, but it's just too slow. We won't get away. We'll just die uselessly. Best thing I can do right now is hope I get the artillery's help to help slow them down. See what's coming around the corner. We're not selling out. We might try to find an angle, but this T-29 is definitely one-hand stopped. So I at least have one artillery looking my general direction. And we'll go ahead and sneak a shot on whoever we can. But as the T-29 approaches, we can't hold down anymore. He's going to take the spot from me. And now I really, really need all hands on deck. I need artillery and any other support I can get to help start holding them off. Now, as long as I'm here, they're very nervous to come around this corner because there might be tank destroyers and there's also artillery coming at it. But, you know, after a minute or so, they start getting a little more brave. And it's all over now. Okay, now they push through, and now there's nothing I can do. I can't kill them fast enough. I'm very disappointed my artillery didn't throw a shot in here. They must have got bored waiting. So, I mean, that's unfortunate. Oh, finally, there's a shot. Yeah, there was a shot about 5 minutes after it was needed. Okay. I really needed a minute. They just went to make their initial push, artillery to just hammer it. Now, I probably would have got stunned as well, but I still had the med kit and I could have kept fighting it off. But I really needed all the support right there, best I could. But if they got bored or they just didn't want to risk stunning me, I mean, hooray, they finally had an artillery with brains. But I really would have preferred if they just fired at that point. I knew right then I was dead, and the question was, were we going to get good shots on them? So my team's doing God knows what. I don't know how the hell this kid wanted this guy all the way here. But he snuck in behind him, and he's got the howitzer, so he's trying to derp his way, and you know what, let's just end this. We'll just end this video right here, because it's nothing but a disaster from here on out. It's sad that Achilles tries to try hiding in the back of the cap here and failed at it. Hellcat didn't have enough brains to jump off the friggin' hill, and it's just a disaster from here. So, actually, I need to get back to my tank. Oh, never mind. That's good enough. So we had 1900 damage with 300 spotting, and you just gotta be careful how you approach that southern corner from the north. You gotta know whether or not you can push in all the way, or whether or not you need to try to hold back. And honestly, I think we needed to just hold back. And that's all I have. So, catch you later.